or PD in the electoral district, community support groups. I chose this manner because the boundaries are already there. Local government boundaries are already there, already delineated, and the demographic data is already present. These community support councils will act like the old village council to provide guidance, mentorship, and support to children, young adults, and parents. And they can also serve as a direct link to police and government representatives. I say prominent persons of good character will administer the community support councils from within the area. The aim is to integrate children, citizens more effectively, to prevent marginalization and encourage communities to directly affect, monitor, and regulate their own development. These community councils will also be assisted with a stipend from government. So I'm telling you, all these plans, I know you want the hype and you want the noise, we'll get there. But we are laying out the blueprint for when you put us in the government to improve the quality of your life, the quality of the lives of your children, and of all of Trinidad and Tobago. I say again, we did not sit in a room behind closed doors and come up with these plans and policies. That's what the others do. They go to Hyatt and they stay behind closed doors, and up to now they can't give you a single original innovative plan. We didn't do that. We were meeting with you every week. You remember that? Every week we had consultations. We were meeting with you, hearing what you had to say, listening to what you want from a government. And that is why I say we listen and then we lead. And therefore, when the UNC wins, everybody wins. Everybody wins. I talked to you now about 10 years. 10 years and nothing. I say, thirdly, you may ask why you should ignore the PNM and what they are promising now. Why should you ignore them? What they couldn't do in 10 years, my love, they can't do with any one more day. What they couldn't do in 10 years, don't believe them. Remember I told you PNM promises never materialize. You're still waiting for those promises, aren't you? Let me tell you something. Where's the promised plywood factory? Where's the PNM's sandals? Where's the PNM's Toko Highway? Why are we not hearing about the Toko Port? Where's Nikon and Dragon Gas? Dead. Where are the VAT refunds and workers' back pay? Where is the Forex? Where is the roadmap to recovery? When the PNM outsmarted eater food elites, fake elites, and pseudo-intellectuals, where is it? Between 2015 and 2024, Kevin I see is here will tell you, oil production decreased by 32%. Natural gas production decreased by 32% as well. LNG production decreased by 39%. Ammonia production decreased by 20%. Drilling activity decreased by 57%. Energy sector GDP decreased by 31%. Jobs in the sector decreased by 49%. And on top of that, refinery throughput was shut down. Shut down. Shut down. By whom? Stuart T. Don't forget, he was the Minister of Energy now. Don't forget, he's still the Minister of Energy. And energy, the energy sector and Petrotrin, that was the geese that was laying the golden eggs for us. That is where the Forex was accumulating for us. Did you know, Stuart Tong, remember, he negotiated gas prices with multinational executives in Houston. Remember that? He was outsmarted and sent home, let a boy go home. After he renegotiated prices in the sector, Kevin reminds me, increased. That was a negotiation. And he wants to tell us now about negotiating it with international partners. Look, boy, catch yourself. Catch yourself, young man. You cannot do it. The last time you did it, you failed. So I say on the 28th, vote UNC and the coalition of interests. Today, the Point Lisa's industrial estate is partially shut. Our citizens are being forced to pay higher electricity rates due to the disastrous gas price. That's what happened when he negotiated. The gas price, because of that, you now have to pay more for electricity. There is also the dreaded P&M property tax. There's also the P&M increase in water, fuel, and food prices. And I pause here. You remember the man who raised prices at the pump? How many times? JJ told us. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, 4 times. And he sit laughing on a big couch. These fellas actually like couches, and we'll talk about those things. I'm not going there tonight. Sitting on this big white couch, and he say, they ain't riot yet. On voting day, come out and riot with your voting figure and vote them out. Vote them out. Vote them out. And I see the ex-Minister of Finance, the new Minister of Public Utilities, he's saying, well, water rates won't go up and electricity not going up. And he said, there will be no immediate increase. You know what I mean? After election, it's fire, it's high prices, and they will raise it. He said, no immediate increase. We don't believe a word you say, none. They are planning to take away your pensions. They're creating a dictatorial, cashless society. They're stagnating your salaries. They're cutting jobs and taking away your rights, your freedoms, and your privileges. They destroyed the foreign used car industry. Can I pause there? You remember Mr. Pandey? You remember Mr. Pandey, the former leader of the UNC? It was under Mr. Pandey's government that whole foreign use industry was developed so that people could get benefit, the working man to benefit. They have killed the foreign used car industry. Why? Because they want to help the big boys, the big conglomerates, to sell their new vehicles. They provide forex to fake elites, but they starve the small and medium enterprises. They starve regular citizens, not giving them any forex. You know it, the few of you who happen to go to the bank, you're not getting it. They put it into the hands of the fake elites and starve you. They pass laws to force citizens to cede control of your own money to the banks. And then the banks come with these high fees. Want to force you to put your money in the bank, and then you are extorted. There's extortion with high fees in return. We will fix that, Philip. Together we will fix it. They put VAT on 7,000 food items. They were VAT-free under my watch. When I was Prime Minister, removed the VAT on food items. They come with a 6 for 9, and they say we were reducing it from 15 to 12. But the sum effect, the bottom line, was that 7,000 food items you never pay VAT, you have to pay for under this wicked government. And you know what they did? They have moved to concentrate our nation's food and medical supplies into the hands of the financiers because they give the disproportionate, not proportionate allocation of forex. So the smaller businesses can't get it. You give the big boys it, and they concentrate food imports, medical imports. David spoke about it. There's a cartel for importation of these things. Their policies are always meant to benefit the fake elites. Whilst in every budget they throw you a little crumb. There's another word we're afraid to pronounce it. It's kaka something, kakanda. They just throw you a little piece, you know. A little piece. We raise this a little bit and that a little bit. They throw you a pittance. And year upon year, again they turn out to be what? Promises never materialize. Our healthcare system saw over 5,000 deaths from COVID. Remember that? We will launch a full inquiry into what happened during the COVID period. Billions of dollars spent, and 5,000 of our citizens died. Right here in the hospital in Port of Spain, when you go to a hospital, you go there to be safe. Mothers going to have their babies. 19 babies, man, died in that hospital, in that special unit. Died. 19 babies. Anywhere else in the world, that minister would have been fired forthwith. And if I were the Prime Minister, they would have been fired forthwith immediately. That's why I tell you, these candidates going in, if you do not perform, you will be moved. We did it 2010 to 15. The opponents, they would laugh at us and say, look, she keep firing people. But if you do not perform, you will be moved. You will be moved. Death stalked our land. Crime reached an all-time high, with the 3 highest murder rates in history, in our country, was 2022, 2023, 2024, over 5,000 persons in our land murdered. 5,000. That is a track record of Stuart Young, 10-year-old Stuart Young. That is a track record. 10 years in office. We in the UNC, we tell you, we are your eyes. We are your ears. We are your hands. We are your feet. You have heard our plans. You've seen the extent of analysis of all matters. And I say, if you follow our points, if you connect them, you'll see the big picture, which is happiness, well-being, happiness, and prosperity for all. For all. For all. This is our UNC. This is our coalition of interests. This is our country. And the people of this country are all members of our great family. So, as I close, I say, let us bring back happiness in our lives. Let us bring back happiness in your lives. Public services, we will find the money to give you your salary increases. Never fear. What you have to do is go out on April 28th and put your X next to the rising sun. Put your X next to the PEP candidate. Put your X next to the COP candidate. Put your X next to the Love candidate. And together, everyone will win. Public servants, I say, we will find the back pay to pay you. We will get that Petrotrin refinery restarted. Crime will be under control because the UNC has anti-crime plans. And so, we will have the power, you see. We don't just have the plan, We have the manpower and the woman power to execute the plans. So never fear. We will make sure you have water in your taps. We will work to bring down food prices. There will be no more property tax. Property tax. Property owners will save because your landlord, also your rents, landlord will have to raise rent because of property tax. So your rent will be as is. You don't have to increase rents. Forex, we will make Forex available as best as we can to the average citizen. So you can shop online. I'm told another bank today has decreased the limit on the credit cards. Anybody knows? Which bank? Well, you know which ones. A bank has decreased your credit card limit. So we will try to fix that, Philip, together, so they can shop online. You know, a mother told me once when they talked about the Forex, and she said that is not just for big shot people, you know. If you have 4 and 5 children, and they buy these things online, the prices are so much lower than if you buy it in Trinidad. So they could go on Amazon. I'm not advertising for Amazon, by the way. They go onto online companies, and they could clothe their children. For the price of all of those, you might get 2 in Trinidad. That is something we have to fix too. Not just by giving the Forex, but we have to create a manufacturing industries so that we can do more of that here in Trinidad and Tobago. We will create new jobs. Children have access to the technology they deserve. Citizens will be able to monetize social media. We'll stop the PNM from taking away your old age pensions. Don't ever forget that. Don't forget. The CDAP and all the medicines covered by CDAP will be revamped, and we'll continue the CDAP program. I tried to get from your doctors last time. You couldn't tell me how old is that formulary of medications. Very old. We have to revise. The technology changes day by day so that we can bring in under the CDAP medications for you. The Cover Children's Hospital will be opened. Opened. Let us protect our children and mothers. And don't forget, that Cover Hospital was not only for children, it was also for mothers. You think them 19 deaths would have happened if we had that NICU up and running in the Cover Hospital. And there was also people working in the estate, the Plipdeco estate, Burns and so on. It was close by. So they have no vision. They have no reach. They have no mission to have kept that hospital closed for 10 years. A state-of-the-art hospital for you. A state-of-the-art hospital that could have brought foreign exchange, because the entire Caribbean and the CARICOM, they would have been able to come right here for medical treatment and pay for it. So for the length of time this government has been in office, the only big idea they had was how to find ways to take more money out of your pocket. That's the only thing they were doing, tax upon tax. Remember, my government did not introduce a single new tax, not one, not one. And we were able to build 106 schools. We were able to build the hospitals, the San Fernando Teaching Hospital, the Cover Children's Hospital, so much more that we could have done. Take me too long tonight, but other nights we'd share. And again, I say, go on our websites, go on our Facebook. All they have done is defaulted to the most abhorrent part of human beings, laziness. So they find the quickest way, borrow, tax, and spend, rather than coming up with the ideas to drive the economy. Their idea of national income is to take your money. That is rank laziness. They should be punished. They should be punished for that. And they will be on April 28th. So, on April 28th, election day, several persons have told you, repeated, I'm saying to you, do not go to work. Get up early. Head to the polling station. Cast your votes for the UNC and the coalition of interests. And when you finish voting, come back and help bring out more voters on that day. Use your vehicles if you have one, and carry everyone you know to vote. and use your phones to help organize and call out people. We need you on election day to be our ground army. I always say, and you say too, when the UNC wins, everybody wins. And I repeat, as I always tell you, half of me belongs to you. The other half I give to you, because why? You will have had leaders before me. You will have leaders after me, but you will never, ever have a leader who loves you as much as I do. May God bless you all. May God continue to bless each and every one of you. I thank you very much.
UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins, everybody wins. Vote for peace, vote for love, vote for
Candidates, will the candidates please come on stage? Candidates, please come on stage. Candidates.
Yeah. Yeah.
when UNC win,
Everybody wins.
everybody's a winner. When UNC win,
Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins.
put your X next to the rising sun.
Tell the neighbor, tell a friend, now is the time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your father, it's time to unite. If you want leaders who can win, it takes by the rising sun. If you want leaders who can
Lead properly,
it
please.
takes by the rising sun. On the UNC win, everybody wins. When UNC win, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins.
Come on.
20 past 10 years, you know we holy faith. Now the whole place calling at the promised state. It's only hardship under the Balize. Now the UNC come here to save the day. So remember when the election come, put your eggs by the rising sun. Because I win for UNC. It's a win for Tia when the election day. Vote UNC. One love, one team. One hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team. One hope, one dream. When UNC win, hey, everybody wins. When UNC win, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Vote for love. Vote for hope. Vote for change. Everybody wins. When UNC win, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins.
Everybody, when UNC win,
Yeah.
everybody wins.
Everybody's a winner.
When UNC win,
Everybody.
Trinbago wins.
On April 28th.
wins. Everybody wins.
What's the X? By the rising
Next to the rising
sun.
sun.
Hey. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend, now is the time to rise and shine. Tell your mother, tell your father, it's time to decide. If you want leaders who can live properly, place your X by the rising sun. If you want leaders who can live properly, place your X by the rising sun. Let's see win. Everybody wins. When UNC win, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. For the past 10 years, you know the whole faith, the whole place calling at the promised state. It's only hardship on the Balize. Now the UNC come here to save the day. So remember on election come, hey. Put the X by the rising sun. Hey. It was a win for UNC. Hey, it's a win for TNT. Sunday, vote UNC. One love, one team. One hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one dream. One hope, one dream. When UNC win, everybody win. When UNC win, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Vote for love. Vote for love. Vote for love. Vote for change. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Hey, hey. Everybody wins. Swap it, swap it. Yeah, the corner like a candidate. You're like a candidate there.
June.
USC. Make sure the talk is done now. Time to start back the work now. All the talk done, all the talk done. Work nation.
We fed up by these people and only bag of lies.
Tell them on it.
And everything that they're doing wrong, they're trying to disguise.
Vision.
Always pointing fingers, never wanna take the blame.
We frustrated now, don't want no more, and we ain't taking it again.
Talk done,
Let's get to work again, cause we're sick of them and the lies.
talk done,
Let's get to work again, cause the country needs to shine.
talk done,
Let's get to work again. Come on. People you know it's true.
talk done.
Let's get to work again, cause the UNC works for you. Come on.
From there we start the engine. UNC have the plan to build a brighter future forward Green Island.
Come on everybody, and you know it's true. It's time to start work again, and the UNC works for you.
Work nation to the world. Come on.
All these years of pressure, agony and pain, but we work with them and we cope with them and we feel the blunt of the strain.
Know that. Now we the people start crying out. We can't take it no more. So election day when you ink your fingers, UNC you're voting for.
Talk done,
Let's get to work again, cause we're sick of them and the lies.
talk done,
Let's get to work again, cause the country needs to shine.
talk done,
Let's get to work again. Come on. People you know it's true.
talk done.
Let's get to work again, cause the UNC works for you.
From there we start the engine. UNC have the plan to build a brighter future forward Green Island.
Come on everybody, and you know it's true. It's time to start work again, and the UNC works for you.
World nation. This is how we work. Come on. Hey, Brian, tell them what we do with.
We don't talk the talk, we just walk the walk. We don't make no joke when it's time to work.
Katrina,
We don't talk the talk,
what you
we
say?
just walk the walk.
Tell them.
We don't make no joke when it's time to work. Let's get to work again, cause we're sick of them and the lies. Let's get to work again, cause the country needs to shine.
Let's get to work again. Come on. People you know it's true. Let's get to work again, cause the UNC works for you.
From there we start the engine. UNC have the plan to build a brighter future forward Green Island.
Come on everybody, and you know it's true. It's time to start work again, and the UNC works for you. Talk done, talk done, talk one.
Work nation.
Hi, my name is Hannah Henry, and at the age of 12 years old, I passed for Bishop Anstey High School. At the time, I didn't have access to a laptop, and my mom couldn't afford it. But thankfully to the UNC government, I was able to have access to one, and it was so much easier to not have to worry about sending in my assignments on time. And I'm so grateful. Thanks, Auntie Cams. When UNC wins, everybody wins.
I retired in 2002. When I retired, my pension was $1,000 from NIS. When Mr. Bissessa came into power in 2010, my pension rose to $3,000. Now I'm hearing PNM say, if you have money saved, they could take away your pension. I can't wait to vote UNC again. When UNC wins, senior citizens like myself win.
My son Josiah, when he was born, he was diagnosed with a life-threatening disease. And a friend told me about the Children's Life Fund. Thanks to Kamala and the UNC government for making it happen. He was given a second chance in life, and now he's in Form 5 and he's able to sit CXC. Take it from me, when UNC wins, everybody wins. My son Josiah, when he was born, he was